We've lost the lead. Our UAV is online. We've taken the lead. Enemy UAV is airborne. We've lost the lead. UAV recon standing by. Friendly airstrike on the way. UAV recon standing by. Our UAV is online. Airstrike standing by. Friendly airstrike on the way.
The element of surprise in a Call of Duty game. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you, buddy. What's up, guys? Beastar Mono here, and I got you some more Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare gameplay. I'm using the golden AK-47. Failed getting up the ladder because that's always been in the game. When you try and climb up a ladder at a weird angle, you'll fall back down. This guy tries to come up after me and get shot. But what I want to talk about today was the element of surprise, and you know, a few of their attributes of that in the Call of Duty genre of today, and even the first-person shooter genre of today, and how it's changed, and you know, what it's evolved to. So when I first started playing Call of Duty multiplayer, when I really started getting into it, as you guys may know, it was in Call of Duty 4. This is one of my first shooters that I played multiplayer-wise when I got Xbox Live. One of my first ever shooters was, I believe, Halo 3. Online, anyways. I've played many other shooters way before its time, and even maybe some before online, but my own personal online plan, if you will. You know, my own personal online experience at my own house was Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4 pretty much at the same time. I originally had played Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4 offline, but then when I got Xbox Live, I was like, you know what, I should try Call of Duty 4. Ever since then, I fell in love with the series, and so forth and so forth. It continues like that, and so has built my love for shooters. I've been loving shooters. I've been, you know, I've been enjoying them quite some time. It's been a long time. This guy tries to jump shot and kills my teammate, but I pick the kill up and avenge him. It gets pretty hectic in this gameplay, if you guys can tell. There's nothing but gunshots going on the whole time. When I try to edit this video, I was looking at the timeline, and usually there's a little indicator on the audio levels, and pretty much it was all the way up. Pretty much throughout the whole video, there was no gaps where it was pretty much silent. There's always gunfire going on. This is definitely one of my favorite maps, Crossfire to be exact. Very hectic. Nothing but gunshots coming from every direction. Sounds like a ghost map, but it plays much different than a ghost map, and that's because the core function of the game is much different than of Call of Duty Ghost. So I want to talk back with the element of surprise. And this is not camping by any means. I know a lot of people get that confused with camping. I think the element of surprise is flanking around the enemy team, finding your own little individual routes that you can run, and getting very used to that and very fluent with it. And you can come up and destroy a bunch of people if you know how to navigate the map very effectively. Speaking of navigating the map, I bait these people in and I get a nice little 3-piece. I get 3 kills pretty quickly in quick succession. Didn't know this guy was sitting up here sniping. He didn't even know I was behind him, and I killed 3 of his teammates, so there you go. I got wall banged behind the wall because the dude shot me. Because he had deep impact perk on, so, you know, he had a lot more bullet damage, and it allowed his bullets to go through the wall. So, if you guys play Call of Duty 4, and you get shot through a wall with an AK-47, you'll understand why, especially if he has deep impact on, because basically there's no damage loss, and the AK-47 kills in pretty much 3 to 4 shots at any range, it seems like. I know a lot of people said this gun may have been overpowered, but it was one of my favorite, and it was a lot of fun. It had moderate recoil, so I thought it was pretty balanced. And just the way it sounded amazing. I get in a weird spawn by, you know, right here, by the way. So you're going to see me get out of this because I didn't want to stay there any longer. So we keep flipping their spawns back and forth, and it's just a good time. But the element of surprise is not lost in Call of Duty. I know a lot of people say it seems like stealth is taking over, and all people like to do is camp. Now what I think they should do to help improve and enforce and influence movement in Call of Duty again is to bring back the 3 big perks: Juggernaut, Stopping Power, and UAV Jammer or Cold-Blooded of some sort, whether it's basically an anti-UAV perk. So you have to choose between the 3. Now I know a lot of people would say, well, what if they incorporate Specialist into that to where you can get multiple of those perks? I don't know exactly how that would balance out. And I know that a lot of these development teams don't use the same tactics that Infinity Ward uses as far as developing how their main core functions of the game are. So that includes kill streak change and how weapons work, how their recoil patterns are, etc. I'm not going to go into detail because a lot of people can care less about that. Some people may, but you know, that's mainly what those other channels are for, that they cover the details in extreme. That's not really my channel. I may cover some later on. We'll see. But I think that Call of Duty 4 was one of the best games whenever it had a great balance of perks. I understand that Frag Times 3 and Last Stand, Martyrdom, a few others maybe to include in there, were not so great perks. But during the time, the community was not as volatile as it is now. As you guys know, I'm not trying to sound negative, but the community is not as good as it used to be back then. And I think that's a lot to do with the different personalities, traits, and changes that have been made. A lot of YouTube has influenced Call of Duty and how it works. And you guys have definitely noticed a significant change in the community as far as the attitude's concerned, their behavior, and overall just function. It functions a lot different than it used to, and I think YouTube has a big influence on Call of Duty and just shooters, period. Pretty much any video game. Influence is a big social media site. And it's got these games exposed to a lot of new faces and people, new personalities, and how people play things and how they, just always play video games. So it adds a lot more variety to it, but with that it also adds a lot more imbalances. So that's what you get whenever you throw basically fuel on the fire, so to speak. And I think, honestly, my favorite thing about Call of Duty 4 was just the skill gap. Now, I'm talking about a few things in this commentary, and I know I've been all over the place. I just want to cover a few things in this commentary. It wasn't just about the element of surprise. I think you can still do the element of surprise tricks where you can flank and run your own routes in these Call of Duties. The biggest problem many players face with these games and these newer Call of Duties is these maps are way too intricate. They are just way too complex and way too complicated for a lot of people. So they need to dumb these maps down and just make basic lines of sight. And it'll help Call of Duty substantially in my opinion. Along with the perk balance. We don't need 50,000 perks broke down from the main base perk functions of what they used to be in Call of Duty. That's just kind of my thoughts. I think the skill factor in Call of Duty can still be maintained if they just do it properly. What do you guys think? Feel free to leave your opinions down in the comments section below. But you guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.